Okay, hello. So I'm making this video for my sake and for the sake of people who may be struggling in the same way. I don't have a tissue, so excuse all the tears and everything. It's not. But um, I'm in a space right now where I'm making a forced decision about going back to work. It doesn't feel right. But at the same time, I'm struggling. I'm struggling to make this decision. I'm struggling to just trust that if I don't do what I need to do in the natural, i.e., taking more hours, that it will all still work out. And in this sense, in a sense, it is a lack of faith. But at the same time, it's like when you have prayed for God to provide for you and then you get an opportunity, should you shun the opportunity or should you see the opportunity as God providing? And so in this situation, I made a decision, and then after the fact, I was like, you know what I should have did? I should have went to Matthew 6:33. And so I got on YouTube and I started looking at videos on Matthew 6:33, and I watched it. And then the one that I watched, I think was called Chasing God, but he was talking about how we need to look to the farmer rather than to the fruit. And so if you are dealing with a situation right now where you need to look to the farmer instead of to the fruit, or look to that thing that you want, the money, whatever, just remember to look to the farmer. And I've just had a conversation with God, and I'm like, Lord, I know in this moment I feel disobedient. I feel like I'm out of your will. I feel like I didn't make the right choice that you wanted me to make. I feel like I didn't make the sacrifice that you wanted me to make. And I might still have to go back to the opportunity and say, hey, I thought about it some more, and I don't think I'm ready to take on all of this responsibility yet. And I apologize for any damages caused. But, also another thing that came to me, like, basically too late. Like, it didn't even pop up to me until after I had already kind of made a decision based in my flesh. And then it popped up to me, that you can ask God for wisdom and he will give it to you liberally and upbraid you not. So in my situation, am in a situation where I'm trying to decide, do I make a decision that's good for my finances, or do I make a decision that's good for the emotional and mental health of my family? And that's not easy. That's not easy to make those types of tough decisions where you're like, I know if I do this financially, we'll be straight, but emotionally and mentally we might not be. So just keep me in your prayers, and I'm just making this video to remind anybody who doesn't know where to look when it comes to making hard decisions. Because if I had any thorn in the flesh, it would be making decisions. Like, it's very hard for me to make decisions sometimes, or many times, all the time. I ain't gonna try to make it sound like it's not serious, but yeah, I struggle with decision making. And there's another verse that comes to mind, 1 John 4:18, where it says, there is no fear in love for there's no fear in perfect love, for perfect love casteth out fear, for fear hath torment. And so we love him before he first loved us. We love him because he first loved us. I think that's 1 John 17, and then the second was 18. But anyway, the point is that if God loves you, you shouldn't be afraid of judgment, or punishment or fear, because then you'll be tormented like, oh my goodness, is something bad gonna happen to me now, and all that type of stuff. And also in these situations, we have to rebuke the enemy and ask God to keep us from evil. Because I know, for instance, like when I left my first teaching position, and went to my next teaching position. When I tell you that the devil attacked me so hard during that decision, and it was so bad that I really kind of am thinking now, like, well, Lauren, you should just know that the devil doesn't want you to take the opportunity. So he could just be attacking you hard because he knows that's what you are supposed to do. So, regardless of whatever it is, but just also, we can pray to God to keep us from evil. We can rebuke the devil. We can ask God for wisdom. We can ask him to provide. We can ask him to help us to be strong enough to have courage. We can ask him to help us to walk in the spirit and not in the flesh. So me and God just had a real heart-to-heart just now with boohoo crying and tears and all that. And sometimes it takes that. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and go in my house. But that's my video. God bless y'all.